I think I just want to kind of distill down what my colleague, Ms. Jayapal, was talking about, and I am definitely going to yield some time to her. I think our concern is that because somebody says something, that doesn't make it evidence. And right now, what we have is people saying, well, we have evidence. As attorneys, we know that that evidence has to be tested in court, and that is what due process really looks like. It's not just saying that somebody is MS-13. It is a matter of a judge determining whether or not that evidence would be admissible and having the ability to look at the credibility of the witness offering that evidence, such as when we're talking about Kilmer. If we look at that, it says I've got a couple of articles. There's an article that says government's case against Abrego Garcia is based on PG County cop who was on the SA's do not call list because he was not a credible witness. The only person that said that he was MS-13 is a cop that ended up being, I don't think he got fired, but he definitely, okay, never mind. He did get fired. So we're gonna say that we're gonna base our entire case, so to speak. This is why we have courts. This is why we are talking about due process, because that's what it looks like. It looks like more than somebody, listen, I can't tell you how many lies are made up by MAGA followers about me. I done been all kinds of things, and none of it is true just because they put it out there on social media. That is the problem that we're having right now in this country, is that it seems like nobody cares about the truth anymore. And what we're trying to do is say we have a fact finding, and let me be clear. I am not saying that the criminal justice system or any other justice system has ever always been perfect. I am not trying to say that. But we do have a system, and that system is supposed to be based upon the Constitution. And right now, like literally due process comes from the Constitution. This should be the highest protections that one can have in the land. And right now, it seems like y'all don't care about the Constitution unless it's the Second Amendment, and that's misinterpreted as well, okay? There's other amendments to the Constitution, and we don't get to just change it because our fearless leader says that he doesn't like certain parts of the Constitution. We have a process, again, to get amendments. Right? There are people that don't like the fact that there was an amendment so that women could vote. And guess what? We ended up with something like the SAVE Act because we don't want women to vote. Like, literally, but I'm getting off track, so I'm gonna go back because I know that Ms. Jayapal wanted some time. So I will yield my time to the gentle lady from Washington.
Kilmer Abrego Garcia, a Maryland resident, was mistakenly deported to El Salvador in March 2025. The U.S. Supreme Court to facilitate his return. However, El Salvador's President Nayib Bukele has refused to release him, citing concerns over U.S. policies. Garcia remains detained in El Salvador.
Gentleman from California is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to briefly address a point brought up by the representative from Texas, Ms. Crockett, who accused me and my colleagues over here of ignoring the Constitution. And if that were true, that'd be a very serious matter. So I did want to just inquire as to what exactly the accusation is. So I'll happily yield to the gentlewoman from Texas if she'd like to respond. Do you believe that someone who has snuck into our country, entered the United States illegally, that the due process requirements for that individual are the same as they are for a U.S. citizen?
I thought the question was for me, but it seems like the lawyers on this side or just my entire team knows the answer.
Mr. Chairman?
Per the Constitution, yes, if you are on our soil, you are guaranteed due process. And the fact that there's even a question is why we are struggling right now. In addition to, an additional issue that I have is the executive order that was signed by the president that seemed to get rid of birthright citizenship, which also is laid out in the Constitution, which is why even the most conservative judges have ruled against. There is no one that has ruled that that was okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.